Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ibifubara here. I'm a mental health professional navigating our own mental health, and YouTube is just one of my mediums. So if this is your first time, welcome. Here I talk about everything mental health, anything that's going to help you navigate your mental health in very relatable ways. So it's not just like do this, do that. It's more like how can you improve your day-to-day lifestyle by doing things, changing your or doing things here and there that can just help improve who you are or improve your mental health, let me put it that way. And sometimes occasionally lifestyle content. And yeah, so without speaking too much, let's get right into the video. Today we're going to talk about books, one of my favorite things in the whole one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Books helped me while growing up. Books are still helping me, especially fictional books. Fiction is one genre that I really love. It's something that when I was growing up, a lot of people saw as just reading for fun, or what I was just using to do for fun, but it actually helped me through a lot of things, including loneliness, anxiety, childhood depression, and the rest. So I just want to show you a couple of books that really helped me while I was going through some phases of anxiety, and what exactly I was going through in that phase, and how these books sort of helped me navigate those things, and just like help you understand that you don't need self-help books all the time, and when you're trying to deal with something that's affecting you mentally per se, but sometimes what you might need, the thing that might just help you ease your soul, ease your spirits, that just make you be at peace with what you're dealing with, might just be in a book of fiction. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about the first book. The first book on my list is actually this book. Okay, so it's called The Death of Vivek Orji. I love Akweke's books so much. They are so inspiring, the way that they're even writing like this very fast. Before one day can pass and Akweke already has another book. I'm just going to read like I said, the synopsis of this book, and just help you understand what it's about and how it helps me. They burned down the market on the day Vivek Orji died. One afternoon, a mother opens her front door to find the length of her son's body stretched out on the veranda, swaddled in Akweke material, his head on a welcome mat. The death of Vivek Orji transports us to the day of Vivek's birth, the day his grandmother Una died. It is the story of an overprotective mother and a distant father, and a heart-wrenching tale of one family's struggle to understand their child, just as Vivek learns to recognize himself. Teeming with unforgettable characters whose lives have been shaped by Vivek's gentle and enigmatic spirit, it shares with us a Nigerian childhood that challenges expectations. This novel and its celebration of the innocence and optimism of youth will touch all those who embrace it. So like I said, this novel is a very coming to oneself novel. So how it helped me was that a couple of months ago, when I read this book, passed down book, by the way, I'm supposed to pass it down to another person because the person that gave me passed it down. That's the books sometimes, instead of just keeping them, pass them down. I was in therapy dealing with anxiety of trying to embrace who I was, or who I am rather, because I'm still that thing. Who I am. I was speaking to my therapist about it. I was speaking to people around me about it, but not so much, because people would not really understand that I was one person and I became another. I'm becoming another person, and this was something that was very touchy, especially in the Nigerian landscape. And this book helped me understand, or this book helped me navigate it, and made me understand that, like, if you're not sort of true to yourself, you won't find happiness, you won't find that thing that you're looking for. If you keep denying the fact that there's a yearning or there's a pull towards that thing, you're basically not going to feel at peace until you've tested and tried that thing. A lot of times we have anxiety about something because we've not yet been there. So the anxiety that we're feeling is mainly about not being there yet, afraid of like what we might get from it. Do you understand? Like we're anxious about what that thing will make us be like, make us feel like, how it will make us feel like, and all of that. But this book just helped me understand that it's good to surround yourselves with very good support systems. I was able to surround myself with very good support systems through this book, and yeah, I am very, very glad I did that, because the book helped me understand that with those support system I'll be able to thrive better, and I did. And after then, the anxiety I felt towards this thing sort of like reduced. Yeah, so that's what this book taught me. So I dealt with it in therapy. I was able to recognize this, tell my therapist, and we broke it down in therapy. On to the next book. Now, this second book is a fan's favorite. I know that it is. This book my friend gave me this book. This book came at the right time. It came when I was dealing with a breakup and trying to get into a new relationship. So this book, basically, when I read the book, or when I was reading the book, anxiety I felt that like I was going to meet somebody that was going to make me feel worse than I felt, or like okay, so I had anxiety that I would never sort of like be in a better relationship than I was in my past relationship, because I was in a very good relationship. But this book basically like helped me deal with that. So what happened was that when I was reading it, these stories are not actually good stories. They're actually stories of like different relationship issues, or different types of people you meet in Lagos as a woman to have relationships with. And it basically, like, the humor from the book made me like think about it. It's like I'm not having, like, my situation is not the worst situation. Yes, it's fiction, whatever, but it is actually like how real life is. So it just made me realize that my situation is not the worst situation, one, and two, the thing that I was scared of actually doesn't exist. This person that I was scared of going into something with basically has proven not to be worse than the situation that was coming from, yet I was still scared. Do you understand? So I basically sat down and like weighed my options. After reading the book, like I journaled, like I weighed my options. It's like, okay, now this is what the person has done, this person has done, this is what the person has done. Is there any track record that is showing that this person is not going to treat me like a good person, or is going to just treat me worse than where I'm coming from? And there was nothing like that, and like it just helped me deal with like the anxiety that I was feeling in that moment concerning that situation. So humor is good, actually, especially humor in fiction. It's good because it make you laugh, but beyond the humor, there's a lesson to learn from it. This book is for all the ladies, the gents, and the non-binary folks out there that think that they cannot find love and they're anxious about it. Yes, let me even put it well, Love in Color. Yes, mythical stories retold and all of that, but in a modern way. If you read this book, it's and you're just having anxiety a lot about finding love that feels good, feels real, that turns from any type of love, that turns from haters to love, that turns from not sure to lovers. You know the genres, you know them. When it comes to romance, honestly, Bolu Babalola did a thing with this book. I can't wait to read her second book, but this book just helps you if you're feeling anxious about finding love, and even if sometimes you're looking for something that does not feel realistic. Yes, fiction is not realistic, I know I've said it, but even if it does not feel realistic, in that moment you have you feel like it is possible to find it. Yeah, when you read this, because when I was done reading this book, all I knew is like, yes, it exists and I'm going to find it. So this book is just for people that like feel like they won't find it, and they want to feel good and feel like there's hope and feel giddy and upbeat about trying to find it. It'll help you even sort of ask yourself questions. What is it that has happened to me in my past relationships that I need to break down, that will help me with this? And what is it that I can do in my next relationship that will help me with this. Because again, anxiety really thrives when you've not broken down questions. So break down those questions, ask yourself those questions, ask your therapist those questions, and after then, when there are answers to these questions, I feel less anxious about these things. The last two books which I will end with are Ogadinma by Ukamaka Olisakwe and The Girl with a Louding Voice. I categorize them together on purpose, by Abidari. These books are about women coming from a place where it felt like they had no voice and going to a place where it felt like they could control their situations, or they had autonomy over their situations. This book is so relatable to me because a lot of times I feel like I can't control the situation that I am in, and I get anxious about that. And after reading these books, it made me feel like, I mean, look at these babes, like they went through hell, like thick and thin hell, and they were able to find a way out of it, whether through they were able to find their ways through allies, through even just when they found a space to come out of it. It was like an enough is enough sort of situation, and they did. So the anxiety I feel about not being able to control my situation, I sort of break it down and be like, okay, like after reading these books, of course, it's like, okay, I feel this way, but what can I do? How can I broke down my situation. It's like, okay, this piece of my situation, or this piece of thing I'm dealing with, how can I deal with them individually to create the results that I want, or create the end goal that I want. And at the end of the day, after creating this end goal, or after creating this, after dealing with these things piece by piece, I put them all together, and I realized that I've actually dealt with the situation that makes me feel like I cannot do something, or makes me feel like I cannot control my situation. At the end of the day, this does not always work, because there are some situations that are actually uncontrollable. But the thing that I took out of this thing is to actually just always try and just look forward to tomorrow, because today you might try and it might not work out, but tomorrow it can. And like I said, anxiety a lot of times is just things that are uncontrollable, and things that feel like they are uncontrollable. So that's the thing. So that's what I do when things feel uncontrollable. I try to look for things around me that can help me deal with the situation, whether it's in people, is in my own skills. Can I improve them? Can I do something about them? I ask myself the hard questions, and after asking myself the hard questions, I walk towards it. So the thing about mental health is that it's not just about knowing how to deal with something, it's also to walk towards it when you have the strength to, because I understand that there are times where there's no strength to walk towards these things. So that's how these two books have really helped me. They've just helped me understand that yes, things can look like a lot, but they can also be dealt with. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just something short and sweet. Also, I have a new female background. I used it in my friend's video, Orji's video, the one I did for, I will add the card rather, but I decided to not film with my bed as background again. I didn't like it, but I had this beautiful background in my room, and I decided to be filming with it. So tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I really like to hear from you in the comment section. But other than that, also let me know what are the little books that you've read that have helped you, whether self-help, whether fiction, but most especially fiction, because like I said, fiction has really helped me with my mental health journey. Through, like, fiction has been there for me throughout, and while even talking to my therapist, I always bring it up that when I read books, like, I'm just transported to this place that helps me understand various things in life better. So yeah, with that, I would say please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And bye, see you in my next one.